guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the Carbon ROM for OnePlus 3 and stay tuned for that. So guys, the Carbon ROM, it is a very familiar ROM for me. It is very near and dear to me, simply for the fact that I have used it for probably the longest time when I was abroad, and it was my daily driver at the time on my Galaxy S3, and it has been really good. Carbon ROM was in kind of a hiding for quite some time, and it is now back. So as you can see, Carbon is back, and I already did a review on the beta version which was released at the time. It has had some time to perfect itself, to get more mature. It's a release version now. It has been a release version for quite some time now. I personally did not have time to just review it again, but now well, there is a time. So Carbon ROM, it's back, and right out of the back it is a AOSP ROM with a lot of features. Now I wouldn't say it is the most feature-rich ROM, but it does have a lot of features to get through. So let's get started. Now, first of all, in the settings menu, you can see in the about phone page, you have, it is OnePlus 3, it is 7.1, it has not been changed to Oreo yet. It is Carbon ROM MOO or Move release, so that is dated on 17/10/2017, which is quite old. It's been half a month from that. There hasn't been any releases lately, so that is just there. Here is the device manager for our device, which is really great, and it is on October 5 security patches. Also, kernel version is Carbon ROM. It is a tweaked version of AOSP or language kernel, so nothing special about that. SNS status is enforcing, as you would find with any other Nougat ROM right now. So that much is it in the about phone page. Now, as I've already said, Carbon ROM is a very ideal mix of features, stability, battery life, and performance, and that has been one of the reason why I chose this as my daily driver when I was abroad. So that is a very strong point of this ROM. So let's get to the features now. First of all, just so you guys know, everything works. There aren't any issues with this ROM. Most of the extra features are inside carbon fiber, so this is what it is. In the system settings, you do have power notification control. You can turn that on, that does work out. Power menu settings are available, you can customize that, and also there is animation control, and also dim background amount can be customized. Now in the recent options, you do have a few options. You do have clear all button, which is really good to have. You can also select between film recent and the stock overview page, so that is also an option available. The status bar options, you do have enabling 4G, 4LTE, brightness control. Status bar icons is available. It is kind of sad for me that there is no VLT icon available. That is something which I would have liked. Quick setting options are available where you can customize all of this. There is a column customization and also row customization. There is no customization for small quick setting tabs, which is a bummer. Now traffic indicators can also be customized, and that is the full bevy of settings. Battery icon can also be customized with all of these options. You do even have the animation style, that does work out really well. Header options are available where you can enable or customize the headers, which are these ones. You can even have sender, clock and date, which is an available option. There is no option for header weather option, which I would have liked to have. That is something which I normally do use. Clock customization is also available for left, and I have already enabled what I like the best, so that is available. Carrier label customization are also available, as you would find in any other custom ROM from Nougat. In the button option, you do have customization for all the hardware buttons, home button, back button, and reset button for short press, long press, and double tap, which is a normal thing. Works out really well. Apart from that, there is software buttons. You can enable nav bar. Volume control customization is available, but there is no customization for volume button cursor control, which would have been nice. Lights controls are available as in any other ROM. Lock screen options are also available. You can enable lock screen torch, scramble pin layout, lock screen battery info, and quick unlock is available, and quick unlock does work with more than 4-digit pin, so that does work out really well. Gesture options are available where you can customize all of these. In the miscellaneous option, you do have the option to enable toast icon. That is pretty cool, and also scrolling cache can be enabled or disabled if you want to. Now privacy control options are available where you will find fingerprint unlock, which is amazing, so that does work out really well. carbon fiber or carbon ROM statistics can be enabled or disabled if you want a little bit more privacy. High def from recent is also available, but you can customize. In the display tweaks, you do have options for the settings menu. You can enable the 2-column settings menu, which is really cool. You do have blur customizations available for all of these options, which is really nice. And that much is it in the extra stuff. Now this ROM comes with substratum, so you can enable that, and that does work out really well. Also OnePlus gestures are available. This is the basic OnePlus gesture, but it does work out. Also OnePlus slider options are available, and that does work out. In the other stuff, it is normal stuff which you have already seen in any other ROM. Nothing special going on in any other options, but for the most part, it all works out. Also, ambient display is available with tilt, hand wave, and proximity sensor. That's pretty nice. And one more thing which I really like in the features is app ops. App ops does work out, and you can customize what all is available and what all applications do get permission. So permission access is really great on that. Also, there is Delta updates, and if you don't know what Delta updates is, well, you do need to read some things about that. Delta updates is probably one of my favorite features in any custom ROM, and if any custom ROM has Delta updates, that is probably a candidate for my daily driver, because it just makes it so much easier. And Carbon ROM has always historically had Delta updates, so I'm really happy to see that make a return on this one also, so that's really cool. So that much is it in the features section. I think that should do it. And as you have seen, the features are pretty much there. There is a lot of features to like about it, and most of this works out really well. I really like that. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for features. Now comes the battery life, and battery life has been pretty surprisingly good for me too. I've been using this for about 2 days, 1.5 days to be precise, and I'm getting a very good battery life. The active drain was about 15%, which is not a earth-shattering result for an EOSP, but still good. But the idle drain has been close to 1%, about less than 1% and about more than 1%. That is the range of it, and that is objectively awesome. I really like the battery life on this one. I can't blame it. It's going to settle down more if I'm using something like Greenify, expose settings, all that. It's going to get better from it, so I really like the battery life on this. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for battery life. Now the performance of the ROM. The performance of the ROM is pretty good also, at least in the score section, and also when I'm working with other games and all that. The average score was about 148,236, which is a very good score. It is on the upper echelon of ROMs which I got a good score on. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for performance. Now the stability, and I think it's safe to say that Nougat ROMs right now is very stable, and because there are audio ROMs available which is not as stable as Nougat ROMs, it's going to get a higher score than most other ROMs. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because everything works. I didn't really have any issues with that. There has been no shutdowns, there has been no force closes, there has been no issue with the fingerprint scanner. It just works out really well. 7 out of 10. Now comes the camera. Now, as you might have already guessed, there is lineage camera. It works out okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it works out really well. I have been using it for quite some time. There is also option for using GCam, which I normally do, and I have been using it for quite some time. It works out really well. HDR Plus is enabled, and it just works. I like it, but again, stock camera is still lineage. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Now the aesthetics of the ROM. I would have liked to have this the pixel blue rather than the Nougat green or teal, whatever this color is. I don't really like it, but there is option for substratum. You can use substratum and change it to any theme you want, free or paid. Works out really well. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Now comes the overall experience. The overall experience is where I am sold on this ROM. It's a great ROM. It just works wonderfully well with anything else which I can throw at it. Few things which I would have liked to have is the VoLTE icon, because as I've already mentioned, I live in a place where VoLTE signal is dodgy. I would like to see if I do get the connection or not. That's just my preference. Apart from that, there isn't much I want to change. There are a few settings which I would miss from other ROMs like Resurrection Remix. I mean, it would be a sin to compare this ROM to Resurrection Remix, which is just features, and this is like the overall package. So that is there, and Delta updates just seals the deal for me. I love Delta updates. Too bad there hasn't been any update recently, so that is something which I want to work on, so that's just there. Overall experience, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because it has been amazing. Let me show you guys the boot animation, which is also pretty cool. So here is the boot animation for Carbon ROM, and yeah, it is actually cool. There will be the atom orbiting around. I'm not sure if there are 3 electrons in the carbon atom. I thought it was 4 valency, whatever. Anyways, geeks aside, there you have it. So guys, there you have it. I guess that should be it about the ROM. In conclusion, it's a great ROM and is, in my opinion, one of the top ROMs available for this device right now. The only thing I think it's going to be missing on is the update cycle. It hasn't been updated since 1710, which is quite a long time now. So if you're watching, Carbon guys, just update it to the latest security patches and just call it a day. It would be really cool. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROM. The final score is going to be 7.22340425. Well, that's a very ambiguous score. I'm gonna give it a 7.2 out of 10, which is a great score, and I really like it. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROM then. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.